Well, listen, first of all, I just want to say how much I appreciate our fans. I mean, what an unbelievable crowd, and I can't overstate what a blessing that is, and such an awesome tool to be able to use to teach and to develop our team because, we don't get any jamborees or go scrimmage somebody else or whatever like you get in high school or even the pros preseason games. So to be able to have an opportunity to create a game environment where there's the intensity and the butterflies and all those things that come with it, because you can't simulate that in practice no matter how hard you try. For this team, especially with 17 mid-years here and a lot of redshirt freshmen and things and new roles for guys, I'm telling you that right there will help us grow our team tremendously between now and August. So I just really appreciate our fans and just the awesome energy. I mean, it was just an unbelievable day. I mean, the good Lord gave us a beautiful day, and probably rain the rest of the week. I don't know, but today was awesome. So it was an awesome day to see all of our former players, tons of guys. Had Mike Williams got the W. He was the white team honorary coach, and Vic Beasley took the L for the orange team. So, but just great to spend time with all of them, and then to have that moment with our seniors to really get them in front of the crowd and get the team up there, and for the team to really be able to kind of look them in the eye one more time. I think it was a special moment, but a good game. Very competitive. I thought it was pretty even. Turnovers kind of turned the things. The 3 turnovers by the white team, but some guys, the usual suspects that you all expect to be good players, they were, and but you got a chance to kind of catch a glimpse of some of the young talent and some of the new guys, whether it be D-line or some of the receivers or in the secondary or whatever. You saw plays from all those guys, so it was a lot of fun. And, again, a great the last day of evaluation. It's one of 15 days, so they all count, but it was the last day of our evaluation as we go into our exit meetings and really player evals over these next few weeks.
Frank and Joe both having 100 yards. We heard a lot about them this spring, but how much were you impressed with them and how much do you think they can help this year?
Oh man, y'all have heard me say many times. I'm not trying to keep a secret on those guys. They're ready. I mean, they're really, really talented players and very coachable. Just love to prepare. Just high character guys, and as is Spector. Spector didn't have. I think we just missed him. Might have scored on that one, and we're just a little off on that one, but. He's going to be an outstanding player. So all 3 of those guys are just what we hoped they would be. But Frank and Joseph are pretty elite, as far as just where their starting point is. They got a ways to go, but their starting point, it's pretty impressive what I've seen from them this spring.
How good was to see Sheridan Jones bounce back and after giving out the big play, then come back and get the interception?
Yeah, it was great. Sheridan's feisty. He's one of those kids that is just incredibly focused, whether it be academically, strength conditioning, nutrition, learning the playbook. He's a very focused young man, and he's going to be a great player. He's got to have a big summer in the weight room, but he plays big. Plays a lot bigger than he is. He's got great size, and he can run. Y'all saw him run. He went and ran Ngata down. I mean, he's fast, but really proud of him. He did a good job kind of playing off and giving an off look, but he was really playing a hard corner and didn't have our eyes on the right things there on the safety. But it was good to see him make that play. I thought he made 2 or 3 good plays today. He made a good competitive play on T one time as well.
Looking at the spring in total, do you think you checked enough boxes? Are there still areas that you can see right now that you want to work on heading into fall?
Oh my gosh, yeah, we got a lot to do over these next 4.5 months, and a lot of it's going to have to be, player driven. It's because some of it's just going to come. We're going to give them the information, and some of them are going to have to take ownership of what they've got to do, and that's our job. We got to kind of be very truthful and honest of where these guys are, give them the information and the plan to go execute, to transform, as we say, and come back a better version of themselves in August. So we got a lot to do. We're a long way away from being a game-ready team. But when you split the team like that, to see good competition and good plays on both sides, you think about putting it together, I think, and you have strength in numbers. I think we've got a chance. We've got everything we need to be a successful team. But, still a lot of work to do.
When you balance the fact of you don't want to get guys hurt in the spring game, why was it important to play so many key guys as much as you did? I mean, Trevor played a lot of snaps out there for it being a spring game and him being as established as he was, and some other guys too.
I mean, the quarterbacks ain't getting hit. Ain't nobody hitting those guys. So I mean, they could have played every snap. So I just don't worry about stuff like that. I don't coach with fear or plan with fear. I mean, I don't live my life that way. I mean, you get 3 full times to go play, and we go play. I don't know how else to get a team ready to play football if you don't ever play football. Because you best believe when you show up on Saturdays, it's real football. So if you don't put your guys in those situations, I don't think you're doing your team a service. Yeah, somebody can get hurt. That's just the way it is. I mean, God never says oops. That's what I always say. And things happen, but you can't coach scared. You can't play scared. That's my personal belief. Now we're smart. And you have to pick your spots, but when you get those opportunities, you've got to train your team. And this is a game that you can't train without going live, from time to time. And so I think it's a good setup the way spring practices are with shorts and shells and thud and all that stuff mixed in. But those 3 days where you can play some football, you better take advantage of it, because that's how you really find out where you are and what you've got to do to get better.
What do you take away from the spring about your defensive line, all the new guys up there to step up?
Much improved from where we were day one. I mean, literally, when the first day I looked at the depth chart, I'm like, we can't run that guy out there first. He just got here last week. Surely we have somebody on this team that can run out there first. But that's where we are. So it was a little ugly early, but I thought we finished well. I mean, if you really watched today, I mean, I thought they held their own. I mean, it wasn't sloppy, and it wasn't. The guys have improved. I mean, I'm really pleased with. It's really Todd. Todd's got a huge job. Lemansky's got a little bit more. Xavier's played. He's a freaky athlete guy. Justin Foster had a great year last year. Kind of an under radar guy, but had a really good year for us backing up Clean Austin. He's a junior. Logan Rudolph is going to be a redshirt sophomore, so he's been around and he showed up today. KJ got to play 4 games last year and got some good experience. So Lemansky's got a little bit more veterans to work with, but you saw Maskell. You saw KJ. All those guys, I think, have done a nice job. We're just developing identity and leadership at that spot. But D-tackle, I mean, you're just dealing with guys that haven't played. So I'm really encouraged by Tyler and Rook and E.T. and Darnell Jeffries and Xavier. All those guys, I think, got better, and we got a lot of work to do. Each one of them are in different places, but I'm very encouraged by what took place this spring.
Coach Sawicki had three field goals for Sawicki, 2 of them from 43.
How about that? He hadn't practiced in a week and a half.
And you also had both Swanson and Spires had pretty good.
They
days.
did.
Had some interesting battles at punter and kicker in August.
Yeah, it's been a good spring. And Sawicki hadn't Saw Dog. We call him Saw Dog. He hadn't practiced in a week and a half. He had some kind of little back thing, but. Kind of neat to see him go out there and be accurate. I hate Potter didn't get any opportunities to kick field goals, kicked off well. And then,
Potter had the one at the end of the first half.
Yeah, that's right. He had the one. Yeah, that's right. He did have the one, but didn't get any long ones or anything like that. But and then punter, it's nice to know that we got another guy that can really be an outstanding player. That's why we signed him. And Spires has had a great spring. Some of y'all have been out and maybe seen some practice from time to time. He's had his best spring. Had a good day today. I think he might have missed one early, and then Aiden, you can see his natural ability. He'll bomb a couple, and then he'll shank 2 or 3. So just the consistency that we got to have. But I don't have any doubt both those guys are going to get better, and we're going to have great competition there and a little more depth than what we've had.
Debo, did you get a good report back on Amari's surgery?
Yes, everything went great. They actually did it yesterday, and he texted me and was very encouraged. His eyes are forward. He's focused on attack and rehab and getting back as soon as possible.
Coach, we saw Travis on a kickoff return there. Is that something that we might see in August?
Yeah, well, he was our kickoff return guy his freshman year, but he split the team up. You only got so many guys, but yeah, we'll put him anywhere. I'm not opposed to that. You know, y'all remember with Spiller, I put him everywhere. He was kick return, punt return, receiver, running back. We played him everywhere. So I'm not opposed to that at all. But, you know, I'm excited about DK and what he's going to be able to bring to the table. And I thought he handled the ball well at punt return today. He and Will both did a good job of handling the ball. DK had one close. I thought he made a bad decision, but he's going to be an electric guy for us.
Do you think Kyler has sort of risen to the challenge of having Kendrick over there in the prominent reps?
He's made improvement. He missed some practice with the injury. You know, he was out a little while, but once he got back, I like his demeanor. That's the biggest thing. It just seems to me like he's getting serious about it. I thought he made a couple of nice plays today. I know he got knocked down on the one, but I thought he made some good plays, some good competitive plays, some physical plays where he won at the line and was able to widen the receiver to the sideline and kind of create another defender, a 2-on-1. But I'm encouraged. He's just got to have a big summer.
Is Anthony Williams just banged up?
Yeah, he was banged up. We thought he might be able to go with his hamstring, but he's had a great spring. Lee Anthony is a guy that I got a big thumbs up by his name right now, and he's going to be a sophomore. But I just you know, his first year and last year, I just don't think the maturity was there, and I don't think the seriousness that he needs to be great, the best version of him. I just don't think it was quite there, and maybe some of that comes from, you know, he's just kind of down the line at the time, but he has really had a good spring and has showed toughness. He's improved with his technique and his fundamentals. He's tackled well, so the arrow's up by him right now, and I'm hoping that will continue and he'll have a great summer. But he just seems to me to have the mindset. I haven't seen that in him. This is the first time I've really seen the mindset that you have with the skill set to be a good player.
Was Sheridan getting the trot out there first, I think, was that just a product of some injuries this spring, like with Mario?
Yeah, Mario missed a lot, but then also just Sheridan taking advantage of his opportunities, for sure. Wasn't sure if Mario was going to be able to go because his toe has been bad, but Danny said he was going to be able to play, but Sheridan's just taking advantage of his opportunities as well.
With DeAndre, will he be fine for summer?
Oh yeah. He's going to be all right. He got hit in the knee with a helmet and just had a little sprain there, but nothing that's long term or anything.
And DK was matched up a lot on Justin and seemed to hold his own. What do you think of the job he did?
He's had an awesome spring. I mean, we didn't go into spring to even put him over there. It was just I'm watching practice and we got all these guys hurt, and I just said, "Hey, DK, get over there." And I had Brewer. Just he doesn't know their term. He hadn't been in any defensive meetings, and I just said, "Brewer, tell him." He doesn't know the term. I just tell him it's cover one, it's cover two, it's quarter, half, it's cover four. He understands ball, and it was just fish to water. I mean, it was just natural, and so we flipped him some, and I really think he's a guy that will play both as he goes through his career, regardless of what ends up being his home. But right now, he's our best corner, and outside of AJ, and has earned it. So he's took advantage of the opportunity, and we got a little more depth at receiver and some flexibility to be able to move some guys. So right now, that's where he is, and he loves it. He's having a ball.
You mentioned lads, Michael falling to get pushed by lads. How good is Frank with his hands on getting off the jam?
Yeah, he's improved a lot. Beyond, he and Joseph not very good with their hands because they've never had to play with their hands. Those are guys that the guys that we get at this stage in our program, we don't get many guys that walk up and just play tight press coverage on them. We don't. Most of the guys that we get, they're playing cover two. Somebody's over the top. They're not having to really live with release technique and having to play with their hands, eyes, and feet all working together. And so it's usually that's usually the hardest thing for all those guys when they first get here, because if you can't play with your hands, you're in trouble because they're going against guys just like them. And you ain't getting off. I don't care how good your feet are, how strong you are, how fast you are. If you can't win with your hands and coordinate that with your eyes and feet, you're in trouble. And so that usually takes a little time, and they've made great progress there. So skills and drills this summer will be big for those guys. But they had great springs. I mean, they made plays on everybody. So it's it's going to be really fun to watch them continue to develop.
Coach Tyson made a couple good throws in the
He
second
did.
half. Without looking at the film, what were your impressions of him?
Just what I hoped I would see, not overwhelmed, smooth operator, total command of what we're asking him to do. I'm sitting back there and I'm watching, and he made the right decisions. He's incredibly athletic, accurate. Ball comes out, and he's a smart decision maker. You know, I'm really encouraged by him. It's a great luxury for us to have a guy like that, and then to have, you know, Chase and Trevor as a model, because they really truly have complete ownership of what we're doing. So it's been really good. That's helped him really speed up the improvement process this spring. But you know, Tyson is he's got a lot of ability.